Listen, man, I'm ready to rise. I'm tired of being locked up in this cage. I'm tired of being locked up in this cell. Can't you see it in me, yeah? I'm ready to rise, y'all. Yeah, I'm ready to rise. Check this one out, y'all. Yeah. From the slums of the ghetto shores, from prison lockdowns, to my emotional struggles of incarceration written down on paper in bookstores. Can't you see it in my walk, talking eyes that I'm ready to rise? You can talk about my past, the character slips I've had.
Redemption Kings, what's up, y'all? Hey, man, I want to talk about, y'all, things that I couldn't see in the chain gang, man. It's a lot of things that I couldn't see. One of the biggest things that I couldn't see was me ever getting out. You know what I'm saying? Even though you got, the hope and you want, you got all these things might be going for you, that still don't mean your situation gonna change. You know what I'm saying? I done seen people my age, past my age, get old and die in the chain gang. I seen this. I seen this happen. I'm coming into the prison and seeing somebody that's the age I am right now, pass away from old age, man, never make it out, but still had the same dreams and still said the same things that I said, but it never happened. You know what I'm saying? So when I look back on that, I think about my time in prison. I think about, the dudes that I seen, me being in this cell by myself, with another bunkie sometimes that might come in there, and both of us got these thoughts because they never put you in the cell with somebody, that had less time than you. You was always in the cell with your counterpart. You feel me? Somebody that had a life sentence, or if y'all kill each other, you kill two birds with one stone. You feel me? But if you have somebody in there that go home in about 2-3 years, then guess what? You got a lawsuit on your hands. So DLC wasn't crazy like that. Absolutely not. But man, I could see me and my bunkie in that cell, man, all of us every night. You know what I'm saying? Pretending, acting. But when them covers come over our head, sometimes the tears shit, especially when I was a jitterbug, man. I feel for them young dudes that's, under 18, but also for the 21, 23, 24 years old that's, on the outside, these dudes portray hardness, you feel me? But on the inside, man, I just seen these dudes crying, man, breaking down, man, from the truth. Absolutely. You feel me? I mean, just hoping that things happen that never does. Hoping that things happen. I'm gonna give y'all a little story about what I'm talking about. I got a partner, right? That, man, this dude here is so good, man. He good people, man. And he talented. You know what I'm saying? I respect my brother. You feel what I'm saying? Because his faith walk is his faith walk. You know what I'm saying? And one time he told me a story about how, he gave his life to the Lord. He went to the preacher and the preacher told him, hey, you know what I'm saying? One day I see you home. I see you. So he was like, man, you know what? I'm praying and I'm believe God that I go home. The dude had the same type of sentence I had. Felony murder, you know what I'm saying? This thing that always snatches us. You feel me? And you got no respite for it, especially if you are over age. So, man, listen, this dude put all of his faith, everything that he had, in the fact that this dude told him that he was going home. You know what I'm saying? And he really believed that. You feel me? So guess what? He got a date in his heart and in his mind that he was going home. Right? But check this out, when that date came, he packed up all his clothes, packed up all his stuff. So people around the dorm was looking at him like, man, what's up with dude, man? He must finna EOS. He must finna go home. Everybody like congratulating him and shaking his hand, giving him fist pumps. You feel me? He finna go home, man. Everybody, listen, people wish they could be in that situation. And they not, right? So this what happened, man. Man, the dude went to the office of the dorm. He said, man, I'm ready to go home. You know what I'm saying? So the officer looking at him like, you ready to go home? And he was like, yeah, I pulled the EOS today. Because he believed by faith in what another person told him that this was going to take place. So the officer the officer believed the dude so much because of his the way he came, he called Central Control. Hey, I got this inmate down here that says that he's supposed to be going home today. He got all this stuff packed and everything, but I didn't get nothing in our roster saying that this dude's supposed to go home. So they told the officer, man, listen, ain't nobody in that dorm going home. We don't know who this dude is or what he got going on, but I advise you to tell that inmate to go and unpack his junk and or he going to jail. You know, so what happened was, you know, the officer told him, man, listen, I don't know what you trying to pull, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you trying to escape or whatever you got going on, but you definitely need to unpack your stuff and leave. Absolutely. So dude was like, no, I'm supposed to go home. So they had to call people down there. You know what I'm saying? And tell this dude, man, because they felt sorry for the dude, man, because he believed. Listen to me. He went back to his cell, man, cried, you know, did whatever he had to do to get it out. But something birthed in his heart. It birthed a hatred for God. Because he's saying, Lord, if you told me I lived and do this and do this and do this, and this dude was actually doing these things, that these things would happen. And they never did. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? See, let me tell you something, man. Things happen in the will of the Father, but it's all in his timing. You know what I'm saying? Even in my situation, you could have told me that I'd be out here right now. You know what I'm saying? Speaking to y'all the way I'm speaking to y'all right now. You know I ain't been on here lately because I've been having a lot of problems like everybody else have out here. But you know what? One thing about JD, I'ma always keep it real and I'm redeemed, man. You know what I'm saying? And I salute all my players out there, man, that's doing the same thing. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Last week sometime I got hit by, well, I don't want to talk about that on social media. But you know what I'm saying? Things has been kind of shaky in my life as well. You know what I'm saying? But you also got to remember, you know what I'm saying, that even though you can't see what's to come, you never stop hoping. See, my partner, he never stopped hoping. You know what I'm saying? Now, my partner probably done been in prison. I be there 31 years. So he got to be almost close to that as well. You know what I'm saying? I think I came down a little bit earlier than he did, but he got to been pushing that. I mean, this dude can blow like a bird, man. This dude got so much talent. Everything, he got so much stuff going for him. You know, but that chance and that opportunity haven't opened up for him. Now, I'm not saying that it won't happen for him. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, life is about putting yourself in a position to get blessed. You know, I got blessed because I put myself in a position to be blessed by God. You know what I'm saying? How am I going to expect a blessing for God, but I never go out there and sow and plant in the dirt to expect a harvest? You know, how y'all expect God to do something and you never prepared to play? Now, God can do anything. He don't need nobody now. You understand what I'm saying? But when he give you the talent and the tools to do what you need to do, you got to handle your business, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you from the experience of a dude that been in the chain gang a long time. You feel me? You got to handle your business. Now, every time I seen my partner, man, you know, I used to think about the things that he told me. And I used to be like, man, what's going on in your case? What's going on with it? He said, man, Devin, I'm still walking by faith. God told me I was going to get out and I'm not going to let go of that. Something going to change, man, in my life for the better. I know it. You know, I'm believing with my brother even right now. You understand what I'm saying? Some people might think that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But when you got, all you got is hope. That's all you got. That's all you got. You feel me? In order to operate in that area of your mind, you feel me? You got to drop the seed in to be redeemed. You know what I'm saying? And once you become a king, when I say king, y'all, this is what I mean. I mean the person that can strategize, recognize, and materialize what he understands. You know what I'm saying? Within himself. You a king about yours. Absolutely. See, nobody can't tell you who you are when you know who you are. The only person that can identify you is God. See, I used to walk through prison, man. I used to walk through there. And I used to walk past all this bad juju, bad spirits, people rubbing their disappointments out on me. You know what I'm saying? They want me to, you know, sometimes I talk to a person and I can see radiating off this dude all this bad stuff, man. And you know what? I started thinking about my bad stuff. You know, I had to separate my stuff from that. You know that? Because let me tell you something. You can believe what you see, but faith is believing instead of what you see. You see the difference? Yeah, absolutely. So even though these people told me that, man, listen, you ain't never getting out of prison. You got a life sentence, you gone. Just like they telling everybody else in them prisons that they'll never get out of prison. You know what I'm saying? My Bible didn't tell me that. God didn't tell me that. Because I'd rather believe by faith his word over man all day long. Absolutely. And I kept that thought in my mind. Every time I trucked and did this, and I used to be like, man, listen, I don't need to be doing this here, man, because when it becomes time for me to go home, these people going to look right back on this. That was my thought life with 2 natural life sentences. And I never thought that this would become a reality for me. You know, you never know. You never know, man. You never know. You know what I'm saying? That's why you can't never give up. As long as you got breath in your body, even if you can't see what's before you, you know you got the strength to do it because you're alive. But if you give up, meaning give up hope, then what you got? You got nothing, man. You got nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? Be a king of what you want in this life, man. You know, find time to make room for yourself. Because life is all about God and you. You understand me? He give you the power to push out. You know, so, you know, for the dudes that's going to the chain gang right now, you know what I'm saying? They in the county jail, you know, they in them cells walking around, you know, wondering what's going to go on with their case. You know, they thinking about, you know, my attorney, why he ain't coming to see me. Man, let me tell you something. Them just mediators, man. The real source. He don't want control of hearts. Absolutely. You know, so I learned to bypass the mediators. Even though they was there and they were tools that was used. But the source is who I had to lock horns with to get an understanding that, hey, Devin, listen, let me tell you something. This is my show and it's me all the way. All you got to do is just believe and sit back and watch me do my thing. You know what I did, y'all? The same thing I'm doing right now. I'm sitting back and I'm watching God do his thing. Absolutely. Now that's faith. And I'm not in prison no more. You know, the 31 years that I done did, they walked by. You know, I'm like almost, 9 months to the good on this other side. Absolutely. And I feel good about it. Sure enough, dude, can't nobody tell me about the horrors that I seen in the chain gang. You know, the fights, the rapes, you know what I'm saying? Dudes just switching out, and not just the normal stuff like that. You know, the psychological assaults. You know, how people manipulate. You know, I done seen people become your friends just to stab you in your back. I mean, literally stab you in your back trying to get what you got the next day. You feel what I'm saying? Because there's always a plan. You feel me? So how can you trust the next man? That was my whole fight. Man, I can't trust nobody. You know what I'm saying? But then Lord let me look in the mirror one day and he was like, man, listen, you know, these dudes were just like you. You feel me? They were just like you. So how you gonna judge them and you was the same way? You feel me? So you never see, just like I'm talking about, what even a man can become. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you see a person and he one way, check him out 10 years later. After God finished with him, he might be another way. You know, so you can never put your stock into one thing. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a redemption king. Absolutely. Because that's what it's all about, man. See, you know, I started this show, you know, just to let people know that, you know, I want them to have what I got. You know what I'm saying? Lately, I've been, you know, coming with the prison stories, and that's all good. I love that. You know what I'm saying? Because I want people to understand what it took to get me where I'm at. You feel me? But this is something else I want to tell y'all too, though. You know what I'm saying? That it took sweat, blood, being lied to, being deceived, fighting for my life. It took all of that to become this. You know what I'm saying? It took all of that to gain the strength that I think I got to survive. And that's where I'm at. So if you want to be a redeemed king, man, keep watching the show, man. Show up. You know what I'm saying? Because, listen, you know, I think I'm going somewhere, man. I think God got me on this roller coaster, and he's teaching me different things. And I want y'all to be a part of that, man. You know, I got some big things coming up. I got some things that's finna happen. You feel me? And I done went from nothing to just vibing with y'all, man, which I enjoy every day because, you know what I'm saying? When I see y'all, I see myself. You know what I'm saying? I see the teenager I was. I see the dope that I'm trying to become right now. You know what I'm saying? Out here in the real world. You know, so I'm saying this to all the real players out there, man. Listen, keep your head up, man. Understand the times that we living in. You know what I'm saying? If y'all got relatives in the chain gang, man, don't let them boys fall short like that. You feel me? Even if you don't got to send them nothing, a word of truth, you know what I'm saying, spoken at the right time is better than silver and gold all day long. Absolutely. You feel me? So, you know, I'm in my car, and I know it look different than the other time because I got a lot of stuff going on. You feel me? So, but, you know, even though I got stuff going on, it ain't nothing compared into spilling into my brothers who need it the most. You feel me? Because just like I need y'all, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Because I'm not without neither. You feel me? It's people spilling into me as well and giving me that strength to, you know what I'm saying, make motions out here. You know what I'm saying? See, y'all seeing it straight up live right now. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no disguise, man. You seeing a walk by faith. You know what I'm saying? One day I'm going to outline my life for y'all, man, so y'all can see this trickle down, man. But I want you to see how God trickled it for me. You feel me? And not just me, because Miss Judy Kimball is with me too. And her son is the one that died in my case. And she's my mother now. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't believe that, you will see soon. Absolutely. Man, y'all be blessed, man. And if y'all want to be a redeemed king, keep believing, man. And please comment, subscribe, and like. You know what I'm saying? I know I ain't been getting that many views lately, but you know what I'm saying? It's all about that truth for me. You feel me? You know I've been coming up with stories, but not coming up with stories because everything I tell you is straight up bona fide. You know what I'm saying? But these stories is just to show you the movement of God. Absolutely. And what he can do in your life, even out here on the streets. Be blessed, y'all, and be a redemption king. I'm out.